So I'm playing Need for Speed Payback, which I'm not really much of a racing person, but from time to time it is just kind of relaxing to complete the missions, to complete the quest line, and just drive and kind of be mindless about that and upgrade your ride anyway. So if anyone's ever played Need for Speed Payback, the storyline involves these three characters, and one of the characters' name is Tyler. And Tyler is just the straight up racer. Like, we have a drift car driver, Mac, off-road and drift car driver. We have Jess, who is like the runner. But Tyler's just a racer. He's just racing like old school, old fashioned racing. And there was this particular race that I was playing last night that was like the final race of this quest line. This character, Tyler, is racing this other guy. And I'm playing and I'm kind of nervous. I'm like, okay, it's the end of this quest line. It's taken me a long time to get to this point. I had a lot of upgrading to do. I'm like, okay, cool, we're racing Gaio. Let's get to it. I, hit the R2 and I'm ready to go, and Gaio just takes off. And I usually like getting ahead in the beginning of a race. Like, once I'm ahead in the beginning of the race, all I have to worry about is staying ahead. Gaio takes off, goes ahead of me and into a tunnel, and only once we're out of the tunnel am I able to overtake him, or pass him, I think is what they say in America, right? So I pass him, and then I was kind of upset. I think I crashed the first time, and so I restarted the race. I was like, no, this is the finale with Gaio going head to head with this old, like, high school friend or whatever. I restart the game. I'm not about to go out like that. I restart the game and I start really fast. Like, I'm like, I have to get ahead of Gaio, try to get ahead of Gaio, but he just goes way faster than me and goes into the tunnel again at the beginning of the race. And I can only catch up to him like once we're out of the tunnel. And so I really believed at that point, I was like, you know what? The game is programmed like this. The game has just programmed it for spice, for excitement, for adventure, that Gaio is always going to pass Tyler at the beginning of this particular race. And so I was like, you know what? It's fine. I guess I just have to accept the terms and conditions of this Need for Speed world. Let's restart the third time because I think I crashed again or something crazy like that, or I was just like feeling like a bit of a diva. I was like, no, I cannot let this happen. Anyway, I restart the game, and in my mind, I was like, okay, I was just waiting for him to pass, so I had kind of resigned and given up on the idea of passing him at the start of the race, if you're following along with me here. And he doesn't pass me at the beginning. I kind of wasn't even going that fast because inside I was like, no, the game's just programmed this way. Like, he's always just going to be ahead of me. But like, he didn't pass me at the beginning on the third try of this particular race. And it was there that I realized, like, oh, that was a really bad way to look at this race, and it could have cost me the race to just be like, okay, I'm gonna resign at the start. Luckily, I went ahead at the beginning. We had a bit of back and forth throughout the race, but ultimately I won the race the third time. And I felt like it was just a very vivid illustration for the issue and the problem a lot of people have with race essentialism and this third wave modern anti-racism. The game gave me a very vivid description and very vivid visual illustration of why exactly we don't want to tell people that certain people are just programmed, or the society and system surrounding them are just programmed to let them win. It allows people to have this sort of resignation to say, why try that hard? And that is exactly what happened to me when I had gone through college and adopted a very woke, pessimistic and cynical grievance-based mindset. I thought, why try? Like, why bother if everyone else is just going to literally pass me no matter how hard I try? If the system is just rigged like that, if the program of the game of the world is just programmed like that. So I just wanted to use it as an illustration and reminder, or for anyone who's struggling to express their frustration, to kind of have this sort of illustration on hand. Because it was the moment that I resigned, I actually surrendered the game to Gaio. I actually had kind of, slacked a little bit and let this other person get ahead. And it would have been a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because of my initial resignation the third time around, had Gaio somehow not gone slowly, if it happened the third time, I would have really believed this is completely programmed. So this way of thinking in a sense, it's disempowering because it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You never really try, you never really start, and so you just see other people overtaking you because of your beliefs in the first place. And then it affirms those beliefs, and you say, look, I was right. I'm not getting ahead like the other people, and therefore my theory in the first place was correct. I encourage everyone to encourage young people to try, and to not believe that just because there is a system that is set up against them that they can't at least try. We need to find a better way to communicate that when it comes to racism or even sex. Like, no matter the identity box, we need to figure out a way to communicate this sort of danger in pedagogy clearly. I think I've communicated what I wanted to communicate with this, and if you don't play games, I hope even still the metaphor or the illustration was useful. Anyway, love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Love you guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.